How's Columbus?
It was a great experience, man. They got a wonderful stadium. A lot of fans showed up. A lot of support from Oklahoma. I love that a lot. Those guys stayed around, celebrated with us after the win. But overall, it was a great atmosphere. Like I said, the crowd was loud. It was into it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't let it get to us. You know what I'm saying? We know we was there on a mission. But overall, it was a great experience.
You've been a part of some big games at Kentucky. Did Saturday feel any different for you?
Probably the stakes are probably higher here. You know what I'm saying? Like a top 5 matchup. That's probably the only difference I'll say. But yeah, as far as atmosphere, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Playing in like stadiums like Tennessee, Florida, Bama, same thing.
That catch in the fourth quarter, did you know you'd made that catch before they reviewed it?
To be honest, no, I'm not even. I thought I was out of bounds. I just thought the ref was gonna be on my side, and so I caught it. But I immediately looked up at the jumbotron, and then when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I caught that ball. Like I was in bounds." Yeah, all right, let me get that.
You said before the game that South Carolina was the loudest stadium you'd ever been in. Where does the shoe kind of compare now that you've been to the shoe and South Carolina?
That's funny. I was talking to the guys about it today. It was probably 2 times in that game where I was like, it's really loud. And one of the times when we was backed up, when we almost took that safety, man. And I think that was the loudest part of the game. We got down to like 3rd and like 22 or something. And it was really loud, but I don't know. That's probably top 3. I'll put them in like top 3.
As much depth as they had on the defensive line, how tough was that for 60 minutes of football to go up against that every down?
It was tough, man. But obviously we utilized our game plan very well, and we were able to lean on them. And I feel as though as the game got to going and fourth quarter rolled around, man. I mean, you can see how tired they were. So.
Somebody just asked Coach Bedenbaugh if you're okay because you haven't had any personal foul calls or anything like that. I mean, what's been the difference this year? How are you able to kind of keep it in check during the Ohio State game?
Yeah, man, it was just something that I worked on all offseason, was playing at a high level without having, any stupid penalties. And, I've been trying to, maintain it as best as I can. I almost snapped on Saturday, I can't lie to you, but, I've just been maintaining my composure to the best of my ability.
How did you bring it back in when you came close to snapping? I mean, how do you take a deep breath? Does one of the guys have to calm you down? I mean, what is that process?
Normally the ref will grab me, so yeah, I don't know. They've been pretty much on me lately. I mean, I don't get too much time after the whistle, but it's all good.
What's the feeling with this team right now? Still obviously early in the season, but a big win the other night.
Yeah, right now, all the focus on Tulane. What happened Saturday, and obviously we're proud of what we were able to do, and I think it speaks for our confidence. But we're ready for Tulane.
After dominating a defensive line like that, you guys get a lot of hype as the best offensive line in the country. Do you think you guys proved that after that game?
You know what, man? I mean, I don't want to say we're the best yet because, no one's played in the national championship and, playoffs isn't here yet, conference championship isn't here. But, I definitely think we played at a high level. But number one, I don't know yet.
How do you think, though, what other defensive lines do you think will kind of give you the same kind of trouble Ohio State might have given you?
Like I said before, there's plenty of them, across the country. But that was a pretty good defensive front we played on Saturday.
Say about Ben to step in and play the way he did, and as much as he was hampered by injury.
Yeah, I mean, man, we call him Allen Iverson in the practice room because, man, he doesn't like to practice. But no, I'm messing. But man, I'm proud of him. Obviously, Coach B instills a lot in him. As players, we expect a lot out of him. And he goes out there, every day to work, and no matter if he's injured or what, he wants to be out there, and, man, he focuses on what he needs to do, and, man, we love him. We love having him out there.
So you like to gamble and drink, too?
No, man, no, he's not a gambling drinker, man, no.
What, just as far as overall, what does that say about when you're able to put that on tape against as good of a defensive unit as they are?
Yeah.
How much confidence does that, even more, is it kind of validate where you guys think you are?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, going to the game, when I spoke to, the offensive line of the team was, really just going out there with as much confidence and swagger as possible. This team, and, no disrespect to them, but this team is great, but we have to approach it with the mentality that we're the best team, in the country, no matter who we're playing. And, that was just my message to the team. And, I think what we were able to do and go out there and play with the confidence and the swag we did just allowed our mentality and emotions to go and, allowed us to play with our will and, go out there and play to the best of our ability.
Bill, this was
an incredible matchup. We talked about that beforehand, but it looked like you guys did pretty well. Did they look as good on film when you watched them as in?
They did. They did a good job, but there's always things that you can get better at. As we go back, and look at the tape, there's probably 100 yards of rushing out there that we should have had. So, as good as it was, we can still get so much better. And the guys understand that, and that's what I'm most proud of is those guys. They understand how good they can be and how much better that we have to get.
Orlando is so good, it overshadows Bobby sometimes. But you've talked about how good he is, and it looked like he had a good game.
Who, Bobby? They all played pretty good. I mean, that's as good of a defensive line as you're going to see. I hadn't seen all of them this year, but like I said before, heck, they roll 8 to 10 guys in there, and they're all the same. So all those guys played pretty good. But again, we can, as good as it was, it can be much better. We left some things out there. Against talented guys, you got to be on point on everything. And we took some bad angles in some runs, didn't have the proper placement in some runs. And with those types of guys, you got to do that. But we played hard, played physical, and played tough.
Is Orlando okay? He hasn't gotten any personal fouls in the first 2 games.
Yeah. Well, he's still playing pretty good, and again, he's like everybody else. I mean, he still does what he does out there, but he knows how to control it. He understands that. In those situations, last year those things never really hurt us. And they could have. Thank God they didn't hurt us. But he understands. Hopefully, he's matured, which he obviously has. That those things are critical things that can kill you. And I think our whole team has really matured in that sense.
I mean, you're asking those guys to be aggressive all the time. Do you think you have a grasp on what it is that he's been able to change?
Well, no, not really. I mean, it's just a mentality. I mean, you can't go overboard. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to understand where the line is. And you can't cross it. There's, I can take some of those things. I've said this numerous times. When you're out there finishing a block, and you may do it a little bit late, I can understand that. But the talking stuff and all that BS, that has nothing to do with playing on the field. So. Most of them with him I couldn't take, but there's a few, here and there that I understand. You play on the edge, those things happen at times, but you got to obviously limit them. Just the talking and all that. When you get that and talking to other players and their sideline, that stuff does nothing.
Is his intensity contagious with the other guys?
I think it is. I think Ben Powers is. I think they all have it, really. I mean, I think, they're a motivated group. They have been motivated. They've worked hard all summer. They want to be the best, and not just for themselves, really, and this team, not because somebody out there may say they're the best. I mean, they're a motivated group to prove it.